All right, test number 2. So this is a re-upload because my first video did not work with audio. Let me make it super short and sweet. So tomorrow, in my opinion, is one of the most important inflation reports that the Federal Reserve is going to be paying attention to. There is no question that the Federal Reserve is receiving a lot of pressure to start cutting interest rates. They've said it and they've made it very clear that they did not want to cut rates when they were not sure if tariffs were inflationary. And this month should begin to give us a better understanding if they are. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I do want to remind you, I do plan to live stream the CPI data report tomorrow, which is 1 hour before the market opens. Yes, that means that you would have to wake up early. I don't have to do this. I'll leave it up to you guys. If you want me to host that live stream, get this video to over 1,000 likes and subscribe to the channel. I'll take care of the rest. I'll make sure that I go live 10 minutes before the CPI data report, and then we can watch together the market react. So where does this report exactly get released? Super simple. BLS.gov/CPI. The really cool thing about this is that once the report is updated, instead of it saying June 11th, 2025, it will say release date July 15th, 2025, and then it will be the CPI index report for the month of June of 2025. We are adding the new month of June of 2025 and removing the old month. The reason I believe inflation is going to go up is because, again, the way that CPI is calculated, you get rid of the old month and you add the new month. The month that we're taking away had no inflation in 2024. So by taking away nothing and by adding something, inflation rate is bound to go up. If you pay attention to the forecast for tomorrow, tomorrow's forecast is an expectation for core inflation to rise 0.3%. And if that's the case, overall our core CPI will be at 3%. For overall CPI, there is an expectation of a 0.3% increase, which will bring our overall inflation rate from 2.4 now to 2.6. You might be scratching your head and saying, Ricky, why is it that this report is at 2.4 to 2.5, but all these other reports that I'm seeing on these like crypto platforms are saying that inflation is already below 2%? It's because all those crypto platforms are all full of shit. It's as simple as that. They're trying to show an inflation rate that the Federal Reserve does not pay attention to. The Federal Reserve has made it very clear. They pay attention to PCE reports and inflation report, the CPI data report. They don't care about whatever your favorite crypto bro is paying attention to fit their narrative. I believe that tomorrow is one of the most important CPI reports this year because of all the pressure that they have been put through. They will have to decide that if inflation does come in lower than what is expected, they will really not have much of an excuse to not cut rates the next FOMC meeting, which is bullish for the market if it does come in lower than what is expected. So if you want markets to go up tomorrow, you want the inflation rate to come in lower than what is expected. So it puts the Federal Reserve in a more favorable position based off of data, which is all they've been waiting for, to support the case that tariffs are not inflationary and that they can continue to start cutting rates. But if this inflation rate does come in higher than what is expected, then it supports the case that tariffs are inflationary, that inflation is going up, and there's no reason to cut interest rates, which again, markets will most likely react in a negative way, especially as Trump has announced a series of tariffs in the past few weeks, right? The other thing that I want to make sure that you're paying a lot of attention to is crypto. Crypto has already lost more than 5% in the last 20 hours, if I'm not mistaken, from highs of 123 to lows of 116. Again, I've made it very clear this week that my main focus was the inflation report and my second focus was Bitcoin. I knew that a lot of volatility was going to present itself, and I love it. There's a lot of money to be made, and I hope that those that went long did their part in taking profits when they saw to be fit. Now, if markets do begin to retrace, if sentiment begins to be bearish, which I'm not saying that it needs to, I'm just saying that tomorrow, if markets begin to fall because of a higher inflation rate, then so will most likely crypto. And if crypto falls, again, there are a series of stocks. I don't trade crypto, but there's a series of stocks like Hood. There's a series of stocks like, where is it? Coin. I think I have it here. Yeah, that are already down during the extended hours because crypto is falling. So I like to focus on those. Like MSTR is also down 2.31%. A consistent lower low and lower high. It's an incredibly overvalued bullshit company that isn't actually a company. All it does is that it dilutes its investors and it borrows money so it can buy Bitcoin. So very simple. It goes up when crypto goes up, and when crypto falls, then so does MSTR. Very simple setup, very simple focus. All I need to focus on is direction. So very excited to see what tomorrow has to offer. Just wanted to make sure that you had a clear understanding of exactly what to expect 1 hour before the market opens. So if you see a big gap up or a big gap down, then you most likely know what exactly got reported. I hope to see you there. Again, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow for that CPI report.